Hello and welcome to Your Government in Action, a presentation of Bahamas Information Services. I'm Krista Williamson. Legal Week 2026 began February 2nd, 2026, under the theme Tradition and Innovation Redefining Law for Today. The week of activities and discussion focused on the evolving role of law in modern society. The opening ceremony for Legal Week took place at the Harry Seymour Library at the University of the Bahamas.
I've spent my life inside the tradition you are studying. I now lead a government that must respond to the technologies you use every day. So this evening, I want to stay with one central question. How do we welcome innovation, especially technological change, without handing over our thinking to the tools that we become used to? To answer that, we need to talk honestly about what we mean by tradition in law, what these new tools can do, and what they can never be allowed to do. I'll start with tradition. When lawyers speak about tradition, we often list doctrines and cases. That has its place, but underneath the cases and the doctrines sit habits of mind and habits of character. Tradition taught us to ask basic questions. What is the rule? Where does it come from? What is the authority for it? How has it developed over time? Does it fit within our Constitution? And more importantly, our values. Tradition insisted that we read judgments with care. We learned to separate the holding from commentary, to follow a principle across a line of cases, and to notice when a court was quietly signaling a change in direction. Tradition also taught us about honesty with facts. If the evidence hurt your client's position, tradition did not permit you to pretend otherwise. You were expected to confront that difficulty, to face it squarely, and to give your client clear advice. These habits were drilled into us long before anyone carried a laptop into the courtroom. Tradition shaped how we saw our work in a small democracy like the Bahamas. Law was never a puzzle set for clever people. A bail hearing could determine whether a young person went home that night or stayed on remand. A licensing decision could influence whether a family business survived. A contractual clause, overlooked or misunderstood, could cost a community opportunities for years. Tradition spoke quietly but firmly. This work carries weight, so think carefully. Now let us look at the world you are preparing to enter. You will deal with messages, photographs, and videos as evidence, all created and shared on devices you use every day. You will advise clients about online defamation, about comments made in group chats and posts that travel across borders in seconds. You'll read contracts that are accepted with a click rather than signed around the table. You'll meet clients who have already asked a software system for an answer and now want to know if you agree. You will have tools that summarize, predict, draft, and recommend. Some of these tools will be very useful. They will save time, they will help you notice connections, they will make it easier for people of modest means to access legal information. They already play a part in modern practice, and their role will probably grow. Tradition and innovation are not rivals. Tradition gives you the tools to ask hard questions and to insist that power, whether human or digital, operates within limits. Innovation brings new tools, new facts, and new forms of evidence into the conversation. Your task as the next generation of Bahamian lawyers is to hold both in view. Let technology serve you, not you serving technology. Let it expand what you can see and how quickly you can see it. But do not let it decide what is right. So much has changed from when I started the law. The tools, the pace, the pressures are different. Yet the heart of the work has not changed. Someone will come to you with a problem they cannot solve alone, and they will trust you with it. A court will listen to you because it hopes you can help it see it clearly through confusion and noise. In those moments, the essential question will be very simple. Did you do the hard work of thinking?
I'd like to congratulate the Law Society on such an exciting and relevant agenda for this week. I want to say, though, that as you redefine and innovate, please acknowledge that you're doing so on a solid foundation. And you are future members of the legal profession, whether you practice or not. And you're not just students of the law, you are future custodians of the law. At its core, the legal profession exists to defend law and order. Without law, there's chaos. As John Locke warned, and I quote, "Where there is no law, there is no freedom," I end quote. So law is what transforms power into legitimacy and conflict into resolution. As future lawyers, you also play a critical role in promoting access to justice. The law must not be the preserve of the powerful or wealthy. Justice delayed, denied, or made inaccessible erodes public trust. And a legal system that works only for some ultimately fails everyone. You are also entrusted with defending the integrity of the legal system itself. Courts, judges, lawyers, and legal institutions derive their authority not from force, but credibility. Once that credibility is undermined, the rule of law weakens. Thomas Hobbes reminded us that in the absence of law, life becomes, and I quote, solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short, end quote. In today's digital age, this responsibility extends to resisting and correcting fake news and misinformation about the legal system. I want to repeat, you have the responsibility to correct and resist fake news and misinformation about the legal system. False narratives, however they are communicated, can quickly erode confidence in our courts and the rule of law. Lawyers must promote clarity, accuracy, and restraint, especially when public discourse is noisy and polarized.
The Disaster Risk Management Authority received a donation of water purification equipment valued at approximately $46,000 from the Brazilian government. The donation, aimed at strengthening national disaster preparedness, took place at the Disaster Risk Management Authority's Operations Center on January 28, 2026.
Good morning, members of the media. On behalf of our Minister, the Honorable Leon Bundy, our Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Disaster Risk Management, Dr. Marcellus Taylor, our Executive Chair who wanted to be here but is in Grand Bahama attempting to get back, Mr. Alex Storr, our Board of Directors, the entire team of the Disaster Risk Management Authority, and the people of the Bahamas. I extend our sincere thanks to the Federative Republic of Brazil for this generous humanitarian donation. While Hurricane Melissa served as the catalyst for this contribution, The water purification units strengthen our national preparedness beyond that event by helping to ensure that families, shelters, and critical facilities have access to safe drinking water during emergencies, particularly when normal systems are disrupted. With a total value of approximately $46,000, this donation enhances our ability and capability to respond more effectively to future disasters and protect public health when it matters most. We also appreciate Brazil's commitment to providing technical guidance and support to help families, to help our teams fully understand the capabilities of this equipment and to use it effectively as possible. We are grateful to Ambassador Claudio Lins and the government of Brazil for their solidarity, partnership, and continued friendship with the Bahamas. Thank you. Thank you.
And now it's time to take a look at what's happening up north with our Northern Service.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ygia Moxie, encouraged Grand Bahamian women to continue to evolve as they make personal and professional contributions to the development of the second city. Minister Moxie's encouragement came during the opening of the 7th Annual Evolve Conference, which was held at the Pelican Bay Resort on Saturday, January 24.
Good morning, my sisters.
Good morning.
I'm elated to join you at Evolve Becoming Her 2026. I must begin by commending the event organizer, Mrs. Deborah Pratt, for her unwavering commitment to empowering women on Grand Bahama over the past 7 years. Through her women's empowerment events, she has demonstrated vision and courage for 7 years. She has encouraged women to show up for themselves and each other for 7 years. And she has created a space where women on Grand Bahama can be encouraged, challenged, and reminded of who we truly are. The theme, Evolve, Becoming Her in 2026, reminds us that becoming her is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming more of you, more confident, courageous, and aligned with your purpose. Evolution is transformation. It is a gradual process that unfolds over time, and everything changes as evolution unfolds, including you and me. My sisters, as a woman in leadership who is dedicated to service, I admit it can be an uncomfortable process. There are moments you will question yourself, moments when your voice is doubted and you will have to choose courage over comfort. But here's what I've learned. Growth demands that we evolve. It demands that we believe in ourselves even when the road is uncertain. And to evolve, you must let go of what no longer serves you. You must let go of fear, self-doubt, and the idea that you must fit into someone else's expectations. Yeah. My journey, this isn't on. My journey has not always been easy, but through God's grace, I'm still here. Amen. Yes. So becoming her is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is about deciding that the woman you are becoming in 2026 will be bolder, wiser, and unapologetic about her worth. And when Bahamian women evolve, families are strengthened. Yes. Communities like Pine Ridge are transformed, and Grand Bahama moves forward. Yes. Every woman here today is a leader in her own right, and the woman you are becoming is already within you. Resilient, powerful, purpose-driven, and needed right here on Grand Bahama. Corral. So As we move forward in 2026 with anticipation, I challenge each of you to ask yourself, who am I becoming? What fears must I release? And what dreams am I ready to pursue? Trust that you are capable, deserving, and equipped for the next chapter. Walk boldly in who you are and who you are becoming. Continue to evolve, continue to rise, and never forget that when Bahamian women stand strong, there's nothing we cannot overcome together. That's right. May God bless you, and may He continue to bless Grand Bahama and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
For Your Government in Action, I'm Andrew Coakley.
More of Your Government in Action when we return. Welcome back. Marking the beginning of the annual National Celebration of Bahamian Artistic Expression, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture held an award ceremony and officially announced the opening of the E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival season. The award ceremony and the announcement took place at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture on February 5th, 2026.
Today I stand before you with pride, speaking with great excitement about this ongoing program, which has been the heartbeat of culture expression in the Bahamas for 67 years. Now, I think of this festival like the Edinburgh's Fringe or the Trinidad's Carnival. These events bring nations together, ignite economies, and showcase talents on the world stage. Our E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival stands proudly in that league. It's not just our oldest national festival, it's our cultural legacy that has enriched generations. Through this festival, we don't just celebrate culture, we nurture it. We provide our youth and all citizens with platforms to create, to perform, and to turn their talents into careers. From our schools to our stages, we, along with the Ministry of Education, are integrating culture into curriculum, making sure our children don't just know their history, but they are given opportunities to experience it, shape it, and carry it into the future. For 67 years, we've seen artists like Stan Burnside, Abby Smith, and playwrights like Dr. Ian Strawn, writers like Portia Sands, dancers like Lawrence Carroll, and our very own director, Derica Grant, and musicians like Fred Ferguson and Novia Pierre, who all were previous participants in this festival. Many of them have become icons, not just here, but on the world stage. And every year, we see new faces, new talent, and new stories, providing the culture of the Bahamas is alive and growing. To our teachers, your work nurtures these gifts. To our students, your discipline and passion is the future of this nation, cultural landscape. To everyone watching, know this: the E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival is for everyone, not only students. It is for church choirs, community ensembles, and artists and performers. This festival is a symbol of who we are and who we will become. And with that, I am honored to declare the 2026 season, 67-year, open. May it inspire us all. And thank you.
As a part of a week of activities celebrating International Customs Day, the Bahamas Customs Department held an award ceremony recognizing customs officers for their contribution in safeguarding the nation. The award ceremony took place at Government House on January 26, 2026.
As we observe International Customs Day and celebrate our long service award recipients under the World Customs Organization's theme, Customs Protecting Society Through Vigilance and Commitment. Your Excellency, we are deeply honored by your presence this evening. Government House stands as a symbol of service and national duty, making it a most fitting venue for recognizing those whose careers have been defined by dedication, integrity, and a steadfast service to country. International Customs Day reminds us of the essential role customs administrations play worldwide in protecting society through vigilance at our borders and an unwavering commitment to lawful trade, security, and economic stability. This theme speaks directly to the values embodied by the officers we honor this evening. This ceremony is especially meaningful as we recognize long-serving custom officers whose years of service reflect not only professional excellence, but also sacrifice, resilience, and an enduring commitment to country. Through changing times and evolving challenges, the vigilance has helped safeguard our communities, and their commitment has strengthened public trust in our institutions. Today, we pause to say thank you, to honor your service that you've rendered to us, and to celebrate dedication sustained, and to reaffirm our collective responsibility to support the vital work of customs in partnership with government, regional, and international stakeholders. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this important occasion. On behalf of the Comptroller of Customs, Mr. Ralph Monroe, and his executive team, we invite you to celebrate us. And again, we say, welcome and God bless you.
This evening, as a grateful people, we gather here to express our appreciation to honor our noble sons and daughters of our nation who have given long, unselfish, dedicated, and distinguished service to the development and security of the Bahamas. For the past 112 years, the Customs Department has served as a primary revenue collector for the government of the Bahamas. During this time, scores of officers and employees have rendered tireless services in facilitating legitimate trade and safeguarding our borders. Too often, the work of the customs officer is unappreciated, nor is the importance of their role sufficiently highlighted. But this administration wants to make certain that you are aware that we appreciate you and we significantly want to highlight the service that you perform. However, when we consider that nearly 100% of our daily consumption depends on imported goods processed by our Customs Department, we must continue to appreciate the contributions of our honorees in the Customs Department. Nor can we overlook the significant role that they play in our everyday lives, whether from an economic, from a health, agriculture, or national security perspective. Their role is extremely significant. And ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to give them a round of applause on that. standpoint of a national revenue, the Customs Department carries tremendous responsibility for collecting approximately 40% of the country's annual revenue. I think only second to revenue from tourism. For this fiscal period alone, this amounts to approximately $1.5 billion. In recognition of the many years of exemplary services rendered by the group of retirees and serving custom officers, Her Excellency tonight will provide them with awards and present them with awards for their grateful and tireless service they have rendered. We therefore extend our heartfelt congratulations to all honorees for your faithful service to this nation. We also express our sincere thanks to their families and friends for their support, for their encouragement. And we ask that you continue to uplift them and continue to carry them as they continue to do the work that they have been called to do over the many years. May God grant all of our honorees long and healthy lives, and may they be assured of our deep gratitude for the human service that they have rendered to the Bahamas and the Bahamian people. Thank you and congrats, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you.
I'm Carissa Williamson, and this has been Your Government in Action, a proud presentation of Bahamas Information Services. Join us on Tuesday evenings where we bring you highlights, coverage, and information as we continue to do what we do best, linking people and government.